Well, welcome back, everybody. Another episode of Factorio. This is episode number 20, the big 2-0 of Recursion. The base is built. Now we get to watch it go. We are closing in on mining productivity number 200, and we've almost shot 200 rockets into space. We're about to shoot some more, because from here on out, at least for a while, until I find out we need a lot more robots, maybe we do, maybe we don't, we're going to be running science non-stop and find all the bottlenecks in our base, all the spots where things aren't going fast enough, fix the problems. A lot of that's going to revolve around adding some extra logistics robot Mark IV Fusion Edition, adding those into the base where we need more because, well, they take a long time to craft. It's been taking me ages, weeks literally. I've got some extras, and we're going to put them in where we need them, and we'll also, oh my gosh, so loud. Hey, rockets. Can you not be so noisy? Can you get a muffler on that thing, maybe? Wow, okay, so no sooner had I left to go add an iron outpost than the power seems to have crashed for the first time in forever. I have no idea what happened. We're gonna go investigate. We might actually get to use our backup solar panel generator, which I was just sort of thinking, do we even need that anymore? Can I just get rid of it? Can I disassemble it and just have fewer entities on the map, even though they're not probably getting used that much? Did I click a button somewhere? Did I reverse the flow of power? What is going on? Well, after doing a little bit of digging, I found the issue, and look what I got to use. We actually got to use our backup power supply, 10 gigawatts of power right here from this solar panel field, engaged, saved the day from our power crash. Now we shall address the issue. So, nuclear system. I didn't reverse this power, though. So the interior base is still running on our nuclear stuff. If we run all the way into the nuclear base, we'll see our total amount of power that we are generating. If we run into this guy here where all of our reactors are currently. So each one of these guys, theoretically, with 14 reactors laid out the way they're laid out, can generate 2.08 gigawatts of power. However, just the way that the pipes are getting routed into the different layers, there's another research. We're at 2051 rockets. Mining productivity 203. We're not getting full throughput because of the way we've got to get the pipes going through these little holes and stuff like that. So I did a little bit of math, and it turns out every one of these layers here is running at about 88% power. So if we take our 2.08 gigawatts of power per one of these, and we multiply that by 9, because we've got 9 of these guys, and then we multiply all of that by 88% because our steam turbines are not running at full speed, we come up to 16.47. Guess how much power we're pulling? Yeah, that's the issue. And this is no longer taking into account the stuff outside because the solar panels are being used. So we're going to go ahead and add a little bit more power instead of trying to rework every single one. I don't know if we could get it up to 100%. 88% is good enough for now. We're just going to add more nuclear power over here. I'm going to fill out all 3 of these, which should address the power at least for now. All right, so I've added 3 of these new buildings. They've all heated up. I reversed all the power systems. Now we've got 12 total floors of nuclear reactors. Each floor has 14 individual reactors in a line of 2 by 7. I added a second line of ore because, well, this line of ore was never enough to supply all of these guys. And I added 2 extra centrifuges here. It has backed up. So far, this little building is the little building that could. Let's run outside. Let's turn off our exterior power and see how much we're pulling with our new reactors that we added. Each one pulling 2.08 gigawatts of power theoretically, but actually working at about 88% capacity in actual practice. Our new total that our max is going to be almost 22 gigawatts. So we'll see if we're pulling that after I shut down this, which is running everything, all of our exterior power, all of our train stops and stuff like that, and all of our robots that are outside. There it is. It's green. We will shut it off. Now it's red. Okay, so now This guy is just powering that stuff. The networks are separate. Power's still fine, but we'll have to run inside in here to see how that is doing and how much we're pulling. 22 is just about our limit, and then we'll have to add more if we hit that amount. 17. Okay, so that's a pretty good buffer. We've got about 4 gigawatts more, and if we hit that, we'll just add more and turn on our safety backup solar panel field when we need to, if we need to again. Now, after all that, back to your regularly scheduled train expansion adding episode. So, after a little bit of building, we now have a new iron outpost way up here on the other side of the solar panels, way up here, iron outpost number 13. I also added 2 new oil outposts because our oil train stations were getting a bit empty. So we've got a new one here, oil 3, and then oil 4 right there. A lot of oil in this area. I did some optimizing of our rail system. So anytime that the different types of trains cross each other, basically, like there's a copper train leaving right here. I guess we're not going to quite see this in action. We'll see it a little bit. I made sure that the trains would not be blocking intersections. So this guy, if there's a train in this block where this guy is now, the train will stop here and not overlap on this intersection or the next intersection. Things like that. Similar thing here where the oil trains coming in and out have enough space here to stop and not block the copper trains coming in and out. So that's done. All of our, at least at the moment anyway, our train stops are mostly full. Let's check our... Oh yeah, these ones are starting to fall behind a little bit. The stone and the coal. We'll have to maybe add another outpost for those sooner or later. But for now, what I want to do is I want to trace some bottlenecks. I thought about going to basically every single individual floor and just seeing how many robots were there and adding a little more. And that's not really that effective because some of them aren't working at full peak capacity because they're just not being drawn on because there's a bottleneck somewhere else. So if we go into the research spot of the base right here, we can just kind of, actually you can see right here, we're missing yellow science. That is the current bottleneck. And one of the problems is that we're using a lot of blue circuits, and that's what's holding back the yellow science. We're using a lot of those blue circuits to make the robots and the speed modules as well. Using up a lot of speed modules whenever I make an outpost. The speed modules, I think, is mostly caught up, but we're still continually churning out all those robots, which is siphoning off a lot of our blue circuits. But if we go into here, we can see we're only making 6K blue circuits a minute, and we should be able to handle more than that. We should be up around 8 to 9K. So we head into here. We can probably notice what the problem is. Here's one of our floors. 50 logistics robots, and none of them are available, so we need more. Okay. So I'll put 100 into here. That should increase our output. And now that they're pulling more from these chests, we might see that one of these guys, well, that's a lot of green circuits, but it may take a minute. We might see that either the chests need to be increased in size if the robots can keep up, if all the machines can keep up, or we might have to go add robots somewhere else when something starts to lag behind. Let me just put 150 in each of these floors, not go too crazy, just something reasonable. There is a lot of activity going on in here, I guess. This one also has only 50. So we'll update all these. I'll give it a little while to catch up, and okay, for this particular one, we've got to walk all around. We'll wait to see what shakes out once things have updated a bit. It might actually be about time that we did another robot flying speed research. They cost 256,000 science, the next one, to get basically another 10% effective speed bonus. Maybe it's worth it, though, at this point. Well, after waiting a little while to find the next bottleneck, the blue circuits have slowed down a little bit, and tracing it backwards, once again, we're down to 7,000 instead of 9 point whatever thousand. We are not producing enough green circuits, so we're just going to back up here a little bit, and you can see that the chest here Transferring the copper plates is struggling. The iron plate guy is full, so we'll run in here and see. And the chest transferring the ore, that's also full. So we'll run in here and see what's going on. We can see 350 robots and nobody free. So let's bump that up to 500. Let's also double check these chests that they're requesting the higher amount. They're full. So if they're full, that means there's just not enough robots probably to transfer the iron plates out. Yeah, that's requesting. We can also maybe set up buffer chests, but I think what we need to do is go down into each floor and just add a little bit of robots to each floor that needs it. Like this one is bottomed out as well. We should probably check our production here so we can mark our progress. 176,000 right there. We were at 165,000. 165,000 for the last 10 minutes or so before I started adding robots. Let's see what this one needs. This one is doing okay. We'll head down into here and see. 150 on this floor. I don't remember how many I put on each floor because I was running low. There's 150 here. This seems to be keeping up at the moment. But there's probably several floors that we need to address, so I just have to find them. Okay, so is this the top level floor? No, there's one more before that. Running in here, these guys see... Yeah, this floor is not keeping up. There's 200 in this one, 250, and I just saw it bottom out, so I'll dump an extra 50. All right, I added in all the robots that I have. Are we producing more? Let's check production. We were doing what, like 165,000 in the last minute. We've been doing 213,000, so that has increased. What about the green circuits? We were at 163,000 per minute. Now we're up to 210,000 per minute. What about our blue circuits? They've increased a little bit. Okay, so that's pretty good. Unfortunately, I'm out of robots again, and these things take forever to craft. I think it might be time again for me to just shut down the science production. I've learned that we just need a lot more of these robots. Let's check our train stations. The iron is full, the copper is full, the oil is full. Everybody's full. We just need more robots on the inside. Yeah, I think we need to shut down science for a while. I need to basically let the game run so I can craft more of these robots, and then we'll try again once I have a nice big stockpile. And after a lengthy hiatus, I have returned to record another segment of this video that's never going to be finished. I've got new robots. And actually, I've already gone around the base, and I've filled in a whole bunch of floors that only had 50 or 100 robots that needed more. So this amount of robots used to stretch like way down to here. I had about 4,000. And we're down to this, about 1,000, and I've discovered a very significant bottleneck. And it is kind of the bad kind of bottleneck because it's not one we can fix so easily with just more robots. So it has to do with iron ore very early on. I think episode 1 or episode 2. Oh gosh, the lag. We might break this game. It might just crash on me one day. I don't know. We're down to 11. It doesn't... Okay, 14, 15. That's good. Doesn't like me very much right now. So anyway, early on, I said we need like 400-something thousand iron ore per minute. And we've only really been able to manage a bit over 200,000 at any one time. And if we look at this chest, this is the big chest where all the iron ore is going into the base. At least the vast majority of it turn into iron plates and to steel and to gear wheels. The stuff that is turning into concrete is here, which is... Nobody cares about that. Nobody cares about you, concrete. You're not significant. Your mother doesn't like you. Okay, so you can see it's basically full. Let's go inside the base here for a second. We're into this layer. All right, so this chest here, which is direct transmitting, that says 3.7 thousand. That's pretty good. That's basically full. Or now, if we head into this floor where it's being split between steel and iron plates, it is also full. If we head down here, I'm requesting 4,000 for each of these guys. Look how it's not keeping up. I've even got buffer chests all over the place. And we have 200 of our robots, up to 400 robots, just sitting there idle, not doing anything. So here's the issue. There's only so many jobs that are up for, robot use at any one time. we can fit 4,000 ore into this guy at any one time. I think we've reached the theoretical, or at least the in-practice limit of one chest. Doing some robot speed research might help this a little bit. But we're really into diminishing returns for robot speed. Our robots are current. I can never find this when I'm looking for it in the moment. Over here. Oh, yeah. 760%. They're only going to get another 65% or something like that, which is an effective about 10% bonus or even less as we go on and on. So we're going to have to do something, which I don't want to do, but I think we have to. We've got to add extra chests, which is going to be a little bit less efficient in terms of the direct transmission thing we have going on here, as well as the very short and nice travel times between here to there and here to there. Let's head back out. This is going to be messy. It's going to take more robots. It might spike our power concerns. Oh, by the way, I added 3 more of our reactor guys up in here where the power is. So now we've got 15 of those fellas. And our capacity is what, like up to 24 gigawatts or something, which we might just need. We have been up to 21, so I thought we might need that. Okay, so we're going to add 2 more of these requester chests Mk3. We're going to copy-paste you, Red Leader. Those guys are going to fill... Oh, right, I already... That's right. I already put the chest on the other side. I was like, where are they going? That ore is just disappearing. That's because I put the chest here already. That's going to be filling up. So we've got a few options here. We are using the direct transmission effect here, which means we can't use any of these slots on the left, and these 4 on the bottom are used. The closest spot here would be these 2 on the top, but that's going to be a really long travel distance if we use these 2. It's going to be up here. And they've got to come all the way down here. So instead, I think we're going to use these 2, like that. That means whenever I have to come in here to do anything at all, we're going to have to use my patented squeak under technology by picking up the this fella. And this is going to take a ton of robots now. I don't know if this will be enough, but at least let's get started here. We want to request iron ore, obviously. And we want maximum amount, 4,000 engaged, number 1. Oh, I don't want that. Okay, I no longer want that to be... I want them going from here. I made these requester chests. Let's make these something neutral that doesn't request a damn thing. There we go. Okay, so now the requests will come from up there, right? Yes. All right, patented squeak under technology in effect. Are we getting ores? Oh, yeah, we don't have enough here. Yeah, I knew that would happen. Okay, so let me add that many. 600. Okay, it'll do for now. We still have to set up the other side. Okay. All right, so now we need... Oh, they're already here. Okay, we have ore, and now all of a sudden these guys tell me... Yeah, okay, the bottom... There we... Oh, yes. Yes. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, yes. Okay. Our production has been capped at about 200K-ish, and that has been really hamstringing our research, because that's the thing we need. We need iron ore. We need, like, to double up our numbers, basically. All right. I appear to have done something that is having an effect. Look at all these trains coming and going. I did this test on this rail system originally, and I just had them basically coming to the station, stop for a little bit of time, and then cycle through, and that's kind of what they're doing. Look at all these robots going crazy. We've got 2,500 of these super-duper robots now. We've broken through our old boundary. We're at 315K, which puts us up to like 75% of our threshold that we want. We want to get it to 400K. Yeah, science has recovered quite a bit. We're up to 3.8K science. Oh, that's very exciting. In here, we've got robots streaming around. We've got 800 of these guys. And inside here, let's walk into the little iron ore guy. We're going to need some extra fine-tuning, I guess. Maybe it is time to do some actual robot speed, because I just thought about this. I've now crafted a silly amount of these robots. They don't require charging, which I think is helping us a lot. This base would have crashed and burned ages ago if I had tried to keep using the normal robots. We've crafted 36,000. These guys take a long time to craft. And if I do another one of those researches on the robot speed, I said it was a 10% increase in speed, which doesn't sound like much, but what that is actually doing, it's like crafting instantly, well, when the research is done, it's like crafting 3.6 thousand robots. 10% of this. That actually sounds pretty appealing to me now. I think the next research we do is going to be that. How many robots we got going here? 1150. Okay, we've got ore streaking around. Let's see, are these the guys being filled? Yeah, these guys are full. We might have to add even more, like a third one. We've got 3 chests coming in. Yeah, these chests can barely manage it. I wonder if the robot speed is actually the key. We could add another one. Let's see, if we add another one, it's gonna come from here, which isn't... Okay, I'm gonna do it. We're doing it. Engage, number 1. Okay, that needs to be potatoed, sped up. Then we'll go out here. We'll use my patented squeak under technology. There we go. Okay, let's do this. Get out of the way. Oh, and I made that that's a buffer chest. Okay, so let's change that, and let's put the buffer chest next to it. Uh-huh. Oh, okay. Can I copy-paste? Copy-paste. Yes. Okay, and those are requesting from there. Then we're going to need this guy to be right there. Fabulous. Let's run outside. Let's add one more guy. And the way that the trains are going... Yeah, okay. Yeah, we need more ore outposts. I'm sure that's a big surprise. Grab this guy. Put him there. Copy-paste red leader. There we go. More robots. Do we have... Oh, gosh. We bottomed out. To 2750. And I'll have to adjust the direction in here. Let's do that. There we go. Now these guys have... Oh, my gosh. So many robots. But if we can actually do it, it's going to be very exciting. We were at about 300,000 just a minute ago. Yeah, we're trending upwards. 334. This might be the way we have to do it. Not exactly the way I envisioned, but I think we hit the cap. And without further chest sizes to research, this is the biggest one that the mod happens to come with. Yeah, those guys are barely keeping up. Let's check the smelter. Well, anyway, it's at 300,000. I'm going to have to do some fine-tuning. I think probably the big deal now is that all of our train stops are empty, which means I've got to go around and add more ore stops, more ore outposts. Woo! Okay, but I think that maybe that's a good point to end the episode. That's like a period at the end of our sentence. I'll see you next time. We're probably going to do one more of these episodes before we finish off this series. I've pushed this game about as far as it'll go. We're down to like 13, 14 frames per second. It's getting pretty slow around here. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.